Hey guys, Savage here, and guess what I'm doing? I'm doing that project I was talking about, and as you can see, I've got a whole bunch of the sorters here, a whole bunch of them, and yeah, I'm in my experimental world, so I got levers, and I can just put random things in here. I don't know if our home rules actually stack. But yeah, this is round about the number of sorting I plan for, but you have no idea how big I've made this. This is just like the room you need access to if you need to do things manually. But let's go out here, and for starters, here's the starting point. Now I'm gonna hide behind this wall so you don't see everything. Basically, the idea is I have a furnace cart. I have a, which one was this one? Input. So this one puts into my storage, and this one puts takes items out of my storage like this. Okay, and then we got this one over there. Okay, and this is another station where I have other chests for input and output. So this one I'm saying like a enchant room. This one I'm saying, do I have the piece of paper around here? Brewery output. So this one is like a brewing room. So if I need anything, I just stick one item of each into this chest, okay, and fill the rest with sticks so I don't get any extras. Hit that button and it sends it off. Now I've only just emptied the items out of this stuff, out of this system with this cart, so I'm gonna have to put it back in with this one. So let's put it into the input chest, okay, and we're gonna hit that button to send it off. Alright, and that's gonna be a while getting back here. So what am I gonna do in the meantime? Well, how about I show you what's this area? Okay, so this separates all the different carts and puts them into the different areas. Alright, and the reason why I got so many hoppers is so I can put the tags back in them and separate them out. So it runs off the basic system similar to what I've done with the sorter over here. And as you can see, there was a chest cart going by. We'll get that in a second. Over here I've got the detector rail, so if any chests are coming along, it doesn't send them out. It deactivates this rail. Okay, and it's just the same thing repeated for each station. Alright, so this one is brewery output, and then we have brewery input, and then we have brewery furnace. Okay, so I've sent out the input one. Alright, and while we're at it, this one's the input. Let's grab a whole bunch of sticky pistons, droppers, redstone, and redstone blocks, and let's put those in here as well and send this one out as well, so I can show you that I've figured out all that stuff. So let's follow this chest along, and we go along here, whoop, go up here, and it goes into this area, which will be my input area. Okay, and as you can see, this thing is massive. A lot of redstone. But when you break it down to the separate areas, it's not that complicated. This is, well, for starters, let's go over to here. So the same idea is over there. I got a hopper separating out the carts with the input tag. Okay, so I put an input tag here, and down here is the cart to take it up and put it over here. Okay, so the extra one that it's grabbed, it's put over there, and this one is to record where it's put it, because they're emptying out into those. I don't want them losing the tags. So whichever one comes out first, it's empty anyway, swings underneath there, and grabs the 2 tags. Same with this one. This one takes out the enchantment and brewery input. Okay, so the different rooms. Alright, so we got that section there, and then we move along here, and we got the storage area to line them up, so I don't have more than one cart going. That's a problem with me. Okay, so while this one's running, this will stay out, and when that leaves, this will go back in, and each detector is linked up with the next piston area. So as long as there's a cart on each detector, it'll set off the piston here and hold it back. Okay, and then we go across here. Now here's the part that took me quite a bit to figure out. So okay, here's the detector that goes to that first piston. Yeah, I'm jumping around a little bit, and this controls it. And here's the other detector that sets it off. So when it goes in, it shoots out this redstone block. When it goes out, it pulls it back in. All right, and yeah, goes down here onto there. All right, so that's a separate section right there. And then we got this section over here. Now this section only stops round about on this line. So it's not actually that big when all things considered, but making it do the extra things is pretty big. Okay, so what happens is that it holds it there for a second, so it's able to detect how much it's taken and detect that it's gone past once. Each time it goes past, it activates this line here, which sends out a pulse and transfers an item at a time. Okay, and when one of these hoppers reaches flat, it turns on one of these redstone torches, which activates this line, goes into a pulse, which shoots this back and forward, so that it can go either way. It doesn't have to recount itself out or reset itself. And this pulse also controls this track here. That's the output track. So when this guy is finished going around 64 times, it will go onto this track and keep on going. All right. So that is the main setup for this area. Okay, so that's a setup in itself. Then I got the setup on top. Now this setup is set to detect off this comparator down here, which you need the detector rail to go into, to detect when the minecart is empty. Okay, so that's why I got all this extra area. It's got to detect that there is a minecart there, and detect that it's empty. Okay, and as long as it detects that, it will shoot off this piston here through this torch. And this piston shoots this block down to deactivate the connection there. Okay, and it shoots out this one, redstone, to change the track direction. And then it shoots out this one as well, so that when the items change over, it will reset all this up here, so it'll go back into turn off all these things. Okay, and if we follow the redstone track down, I'm probably confusing you. This will shoot out and keep this activated until the items have switched over. So then it's resetting the whole entire system. Getting messages from Wugcraft. And once that happens, there you go. So that is the complete system for resetting itself and detecting how many items are in there and when it's done. So let's move on to the next system. Of course, you already understand this system where they go over each of the hoppers and empty into them, and it's all the sorting stuff from when I did NewCube. Okay, so it's only taking out the items at once. So now let's move over to this system over here. And this is the system where if there's items in there that don't belong in the sorter, if there's items in there that don't belong to the sorter, what I'm going to do is hook these up to just a line of chests to fill up. Okay, and it will just keep on going around here, and let me just... time set. Yep. It'll just keep on going around here over and over again until it is completely empty. And that will do the same sort of thing it's done over there. Change over the track and keep it going. From there, it'll grab the enchant input and the input tags there. And as you can see, it's already taken ones from before. So I'm assuming the brewery input is back where it belongs. There you go. Input. Alright. And that means I can shoot off the output cart now. As you can see, it's got only one of each of these things, so let's shoot it off. Alright, and there it goes. Alright, come along. So this is like a track I'll run across all around my base, and yeah, so it will skip this one. Oh, I haven't set that one up properly yet. Okay, let's grab a lever. What this is a furnace area, however I have not figured out the logistics of it yet. There we go. Okay, so it goes down over there and into this one, which is the output one. So same deal as before. These over here. Now you might be wondering why I got a rail in between those. That's to catch any minecarts going backwards on these. The minecarts seem to go through the blocks and get caught on this. Now it's the same sort of setup as above, except without that system up top. So it's just the one system for detecting it goes around 64 times. That's it. Alright, so it's running around underneath all the hoppers, and that should be filling up. We'll check it when it's done. And when we go down here, yeah, it doesn't need to grab any of the tags. Here's the part where I put the carts back in. Now, here's the thing. I don't want the carts too close together. So what I've been doing is setting this up to run. Let's add a few ticks there to keep it going. It will have a chest cart on here. Oh, no, let's set it up just one. Okay, where am I? Yep, it will. This one will have a chest cart go into here. It will fall down onto the detector. Now the detector then pulls this back. What happens is if there's more than one chest cart and they bump on this, for some reason it separates one of them down there, which is more than fine with me, and the other one will continue on. And what happens is I use this line to pull the cart back up and back into the line. So that separates them out. I still have to figure out how to do it with this side, keeping the cart separate on this side, but yep, once it comes back out. And once they are finished and they come back out, they run up across here and done. That was one big spiel for me. Yeah, this is going to take a while. Now, the reason I've got this dipping down is because this is where I'm going to be putting my 3x3 door in Wugcraft. And as you can see with all the redstones clicking on and off, yeah, it's working beautifully. But yeah, it's a really simple idea, and getting it to work, it was really simple, but it's just going to be taking a lot of room to dig out and a lot of work. Okay, this is a long project to be done. And also, it will take a while to refill everything. As you can see, we've sent off that input cart, and it's not something that like you send off when you send off when you just walk in and you're like, oh, I need stuff. No, this is sort of like you take some stuff and then you send it off and just let it do its thing. I'm not too sure what I'm going to do about the chunk loading. Maybe have a detector rail so that when there's a cart in here, it will turn on a comparator that repeatedly shoots out a piston across the trunk boundaries in both directions, and keep on doing that until this is done and the cart comes back out. And when it knows there's no more carts in there, it will stop that. Like that'll be simple to set up down underneath. But yeah, as you can see, it's a big project, and I haven't even figured out the furnace part of it, because the furnace part I would have to set it up to run off what is it? I would have to set it up to run off the charcoal and stuff, and if I'm going to do it, I would do it properly and set it up to auto refill itself and auto create charcoal, maybe. It is gonna be a lot of long time to get this all set up. The other part about the furnace cart setup is that well, it's the same thing with the input. You walk in. It's when you take something out and then you hit the button and send it off for it to get refilled. You don't walk in and then go in there and go, oh, I need some more stuff, and hit the button. It's not something that you do when you need stuff. You do it in the meantime. So the furnace cart, if you need something, you put something in there and send it off. It'll take forever to do all that and then bring it back. You're probably better off just having a bit of some furnaces around. Maybe I'll set it up as a big furnace layer, like if I'm doing a ton of cobble. So what do you think? Tell me what you think, because this is going to be a whole lot of mess. Oh, and down there is like my first concept design of it. As you can see, it is a lot smaller. It's a lot more basic. There's a lot of things that don't go into it. So like over here, it was a little bit different. Whereas I send off the cart. Oh, well, that was awkward. There we go. I send off the car, it goes around, and what it would do, it would pick it up again. But that's the thing, if I'm having more than one cart running, that's why I got all that over there. So then I came over here and I did a second design, was when it goes up like that, and I had the hopper emptying the thing. So this one separates it out based on the paper and stuff. But yeah, this is just my basic idea. The stuff that was in my head at the time going, okay, how would I do this? And this is how I am gonna do it. Oh, this is gonna be forever. And at the moment, my internet is back down. I'm at my family home, and we're moving at the moment. Me and my brother, we're going to be getting an apartment together, or not an apartment, a house, maybe. And my mum and dad, they're going somewhere else. But I had to sell my place up in Newcastle and stuff like that. So, yep, it comes back and it's full up, except for iron blocks. I'm pretty sure I had it full in iron blocks. Iron blocks? Oh boy. It's a long process just to find iron blocks. Where are you? Iron blocks. Okay, that's empty. Alright, maybe I just had one less. Oh, yeah, that's right. That middle area takes up one iron block. That's right. Yeah, I just didn't have it full up. Okay, so that went out and grabbed all the stuff for me. And the enchanting... Yep. See? Because that one only doesn't have a tag because it's actually resting over here. You only need one tag at a time when you're putting input, but when you're putting output, you can have as many tags as you want in there. Hey guys, alright, so I kind of ran out of things to talk about, and so that's it for episode 3, and what I am planning on doing in the meantime while I'm digging out all this area. Because, like, seriously, you wanna watch me dig this whole area out? It's kind of like the slime farm. We're already digging out a 2x2 slime farm. The only problem is, it's a lot of digging. That's 4 chunks worth of digging. It's horrible. Oh, it's horrible. But I am getting a lot of slime balls from that. So, alright. So while I'm digging this out, my plans are to make a bingo book place. A collection bingo book place. Now, this is all part of my plan to collect heads. Pretty much, I will offer rewards for people bringing me other people's heads. So, yeah. I will be doing that in the meantime. You'll see that next episode. I'll see ya. Goodbye.
He's resisting the damage now. Oh, there he goes.
We're such professional YouTubers doing this game properly.
We broke the game.
We got this one on lockdown.
Somebody's yelling at them.
Yeah, that's the bard. He's not meant to attract aggro. Can you imagine that scream not attracting aggro?
We attacked you next. I wish there was some way to mark targets so we knew.
There is.